Tonight we're doing something totally wonderful and insane. Watching Ghost outdoors. I and everybody else went and took potting classes. And little did we know what an aphrodisiac that would become. I have a friend who used to work for Jimmy Carter, and she used to give, after they screened Ghost at the White House, they gave potting lessons in, I guess, a basement room in the White House. I thought that was incredible.
It's the first and only time in my entire life that when I read the script, I could actually hear Whoopi Goldberg's voice in my head. And we had never worked with Jerry before, and Janet and I came in to meet and sort of audition for the part of the casting director, as one does. And I said to him, "Have you already hired Whoopi Goldberg?" He said, "Well, we've thought about her, but I'd like to see who else there is." And I went, "Really? Why?" She's like, I thought she was born to play the part. And so months and months and months went by, and we met fabulous actresses, and after each actress, Jerry would say, "She was very good, but I don't think that's it." And I would say, "So what about Whoopi Goldberg?" And he would say, "All right, well, let's, she's there, and I think she'd like to do this, but let's keep looking." And I met over 200 actresses, and of those 200, I think Jerry probably met somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 or 70 actresses. And then finally, when Patrick was hired, Jerry said to Patrick, "What do you think about Whoopi Goldberg?" He said, "That's a great idea." And Jerry said, "Yeah, I think maybe it is."
I came out here and screen tested, and I remember having an argument with Jerry Zucker, the director, at my screen test, because he said, "I need you to play it more like darker, like more edge, more like, like you're not a good guy." And I said, "No, that's totally not the way to do it, because you need to win the audience's trust, and they need to believe in me, and then they'll feel doubly betrayed. And that's how it really will work." And he said, "Well, yeah, I know, they'll want you to have life in prison, but they won't want you to be dead." And so we had this big debate about it, and I stuck to my guns and got the part.
We screen every Ghost movie ever made, and we're trying to figure out what would be the best methodology visually for Patrick going through solid objects. And I remember Walter Murch, our brilliant editor, saying it should be like an ink blotter. And we were saying, "Ink blotter? Ink blotter? What do you mean ink blotter?" And he said, "Well, when you put ink on the blotter, it absorbs it." And so that's how that came about. ILM did a wonderful job of taking that notion, and when Patrick touches the wall, his body, his skin is absorbed like an ink blot.